Session 14, Alpha, Beta and Gamma. What does it mean if an atom is radioactive? It means that its nucleus is unstable and it could break up at any time. This process is random. What does it mean? It means that you can't predict when it's going to happen. List the 4 types of ionizing radiation: alpha, beta minus, beta plus, and gamma. Explain what is meant by background radiation. What is background radiation? Background radiation is low-level ionizing radiation that is all around us all of the time. Describe the origins of background radiation from Earth and space. Again, I've got a lovely video on this. Where does it come from? Some background radiation is man-made and some is natural. First, let's cover the man-made sources of background radiation. Medical, from hospitals, 15%. This is made from X-rays from X-ray scans and gamma rays from gamma scans and treating cancer. Nuclear power and other, 1%. Following video shows the Chernobyl power station disaster and nuclear weapon testing. Radiation from the Earth comes from rocks, it comes from the soil, it comes from food, it comes from hospitals, it comes from radioactive power stations that have blew up in the past, like Chernobyl. It comes from space, from the stars, cosmic radiation. Describe one method we can use to measure and detect radioactivity: a Geiger counter, sometimes called a Geiger-Muller tube. How is radioactivity detected and measured? A Geiger-Muller tube connected to a counter is used to detect and measure how much background radiation is present. Radiation goes into the Geiger-Muller tube, ionizes a gas, which causes a short pulse of current to flow, which causes a click. The count rate is the number of clicks per second or clicks per minute. The more radioactive the background, the higher the count rate. What is an alpha particle? Alpha radiation is a particle that's ejected from the nucleus and consists of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. It is the same as a helium nucleus. It has a relative mass of 4 and a relative charge of +2. It's basically a helium nucleus. 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Remember, you get the number of neutrons by taking this bottom number away from the top number. What is a beta particle? It's basically a fast-moving electron. Got 0 mass and a charge of -1. A beta minus particle is a high-speed electron ejected from an unstable nucleus when a neutron turns into a proton. Here's a slow-motion close-up. It has a negligible mass and a charge of -1. What is a gamma ray? Gamma radiation is a high-frequency and high-energy electromagnetic wave. It's just pure energy, no mass, no charge. It's a form of electromagnetic radiation. Which type of radiation is the most ionizing? That's alpha. Why? Because it's the heaviest. I've got a nice video on that. Ionization is the addition or removal of an electron to become an ion. An ion is an atom with an overall electrical charge. Here you can see that alpha is highly ionizing because it knocks an electron off every atom that it collides with and turns them into a positive ion. What's the most penetrating? Gamma. Why is that? Well, it's got no mass, so it's very difficult to stop. It's just pure energy. Gamma is stopped by lead that is 5 centimeters thick or concrete that is a few meters thick. What happens in beta minus decay? Basically, a neutron turns into a proton and an electron at high speed. The high speed electron is basically the beta particle. I've got a video on that. The beta minus particle is a high-speed electron ejected from an unstable nucleus when a neutron turns into a proton. Here's a slow-motion close-up. It has a negligible mass and a charge of -1. What happens in beta plus decay? That's when a proton turns into a neutron and a positron. A positron is a beta plus particle. It is a high-speed particle with the same negligible mass as an electron, but with a charge of +1. Here is a slow motion close-up of a positron being released. Which one of these statements about alpha radiation is correct? Alpha radiation has no charge. No, that is incorrect. It's got a charge of +2. Alpha radiation is very ionizing. Yes, that's correct. Alpha radiation travels very far in air. Nope, only travels a couple of centimeters. Alpha radiation is an electromagnetic wave. No, it's not. Gamma rays, though. When an atom emits an alpha particle, its nucleus changes. Which describes the changes in the nucleus? Put a cross in. So that's your alpha. So its mass is going to go down by 4. So it's either this one or this one. And its proton number will decrease by 2. So it's that one there. So remember, that is the radioactive element. And this little thing is coming off it. So what you're left with is going to have a proton number that's 2 smaller, and its mass is going to be 4 smaller. Alpha, beta and gamma are types of ionizing radiation. State 2 ways in which gamma radiation is different from alpha radiation. Well, gamma's got no mass, and gamma's got no charge compared to alpha. 0 mass, 0 charge. Alpha, mass of 4, charge of +2. Alpha, beta and gamma are types of ionizing radiation. Complete the sentence. A beta particle is emitted by an unstable nucleus. Alpha, beta and gamma, they're all emitted by unstable nucleus. A beta particle has an identical charge to an electron. Beta is often just known as an electron, moving at high speed. Everyone is exposed to background radiation. Some of this radiation comes from natural sources. One example of a source of background radiation that does not occur naturally is radiotherapy. State one other source of background radiation that does not occur naturally. Radioactive waste from power stations, from nuclear power stations. Radon gas is a natural source of background radiation. In some parts of the country, a lot of the background radiation comes from radon gas. Explain why there is no radon gas in some other parts of the country. Radon gas is emitted from radioactive rocks. In some parts of the country, there may not be any radioactive rocks, so therefore there's no radon gas. Well, thank you very much. Want to see more videos like this? Subscribe to my channel, GCSE Physics Explained. Thanks very much, and bye for now. Work hard and be nice.